though I come from biocrop science, I am representing here the association of various biotechnology-led companies in India called ABLE. ABLE stands for Association of Biotechnology-Led Enterprises, and AG stands for Agriculture. So this is the association consisting of so many companies. As you can see, all these companies are engaged in developing agricultural biotechnology in the country. We all seem to believe these days there's ample food around us, and whenever we talk about the impending food shortage, there are always doubting Thomases who generally believe that there's a scare being created, but actually there's a possibility of immense food available. Well, it doesn't seem to be the case. There is soon going to be an end of the plenty, and there is an impending food crisis looming large. We have to really double this from 440 to 850 million metric tons. If you see in cereals, today in 2007 it was 157 million tons. By 2020 it has to go to 235 million metric tons, 2 times. Vegetables and foods also have to move 2 times. Milk has to move even more, 2.6 times. And meat, fish, eggs have to move almost 3 times from their levels in 2006. And where is it going to come from? It's the same agricultural land that we have. But if you see the average productivity levels in India for various crops, it continues to be one of the lowest in the world. I have showed here paddy, wheat and maize. These 3 crops, we are far below the other countries in the world. And therefore, there is an immense scope to improve here. When we talk about increasing the production of food, fiber and feed, there are basically 2 principal approaches. One is just try and conserve what we already have. Reduce the vestiges of food grain and storage and transportation. That itself can yield us some additional production. And second is increase the production itself. Now talking about increasing the production, basically again there are 2 routes to it. Either we have more area under agriculture, or we have more productivity coming. Now if you talk about more area under agriculture, India, China, Europe, USA, I have taken a few countries. In India, there is a total land of 329 million hectares. Out of that, 54% is under agriculture. So effectively, we have 179 million hectares under agriculture. But this 179 million is catering to 1.2 billion people. So per capita availability of agricultural land comes to 0.15 hectare per person. Take China, who is currently more populous than us, 1.3 billion people, but they have 552 million hectares under agriculture. So the per capita availability in China is 0.4 hectares as compared with 0.15 in India. And so on, if you see USA, it is 1.3 hectares per person. But if you go further down, India in 2035, even if we assume 179 million will remain 179 million, this itself is a questionable assumption, because the way the agricultural lands is being converted into non-agricultural use, retaining 179 also may not be easy. But assuming even 179 million remains, the per person availability drops to just 0.1, far too low. Same is the situation of water table. If you see our north belt, it's in the red zone. The rate at which we are taking out water is higher than the rate at which the water is being replenished. Soon this zone is heading towards severe water deficiency. So considering this, gaining more production through higher area seems to have limitations. So all these options which are red in color are the ones where the scope for further improvement is limited. Second is, then we have to improve the productivity. Now when we are talking of improving the productivity, we have 4 routes available to improve the productivity. Among that, if you talk of enhancing the irrigation, reducing the rain-fed agriculture, again there is a limitation to this approach, because it's highly investment intensive. Then comes plant nutrition. Plant nutrition does offer some moderate scope for improvement here in the productivity. But if you see really agronomic practices, the knowledge of crop management, professional crop management, is pathetically low at the farmer level, and this is where a massive change can be made in productivity improvement by doing a very good extension work.